Hey there, what's up guys, my name is Useless Mango and welcome to today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video. Today we've got some pretty cool information from FunMW2 which could actually be pointing towards what the next GTA Online DLC could actually be. So as always with these kind of things, just be aware that nothing is confirmed and nothing will be confirmed for definite unless it comes from Rockstar themselves. But anyways, if you do go on to enjoy the video or you find it interesting at all, then do be sure to drop the video a like rating, and if you are new around here and you like my GTA 5 content, then why not hit that subscribe button? It only takes 2 seconds and it means that you won't miss any of my future uploads. Now with that out of the way, let's get it started. Alright, so the information that's been found was added to the game along with the Cunning Stunts DLC a couple of weeks ago, and all but 2 of the scripts seem to point towards a biker themed DLC, and you'll see why when I show them to you guys in a second. But we also have a vehicle hash that as of making this video has not yet been decoded, but it isn't already in the game, so it must either be coming out in the future or it was cut content. But now onto the scripts that have been found, and I'll show them to you guys now. So as we can see, there's 6 of them, 4 of which contain the word biker. So we have AMMP Personal Mod Garage, GB Biker Bad Deal, GB Biker Initiation, GB Biker Joust, GB Biker Rescue Contact, and GB Vehicle Export. Now there's nothing in these scripts, so we can't really begin to say what they actually are, but we can take some guesses as to what these scripts could be, but there's actually a little bit of information we can get from the script titles. So FunMW2 also said on the GTA forums that the scripts that begin with GB, which 5 of these do, are actually related to the VIP or CEO systems, so these could either be missions or even a new Secure Serve title. And scripts that begin with AMNP are property related and things we can own. So now we know this, we can start speculating what these scripts could relate to and what we could expect if a biker DLC is on its way. So let's start with the first one and what is probably the most interesting of them all. So this is the AMMP Personal Mod Garage script, and since we know that it's already property related and something we can own, there's a few possibilities that I think could actually happen. So my first theory is that this script could relate to what is probably the most obvious thing, and it's garage customization. So this could be things like the colour of the lights, the material or texture of the walls and floor, as well as maybe things like you can place down. Just similar props to what you can find in normal garages we currently have access to. But this idea is with the concept that mod garage means that you can modify the looks of the garage itself. And that leads me on to my next potential meaning of this script. What if mod garage refers to being able to modify cars in your garage? Maybe Rockstar could open up the back area of a 10-car garage for people to be able to modify their cars there instead of having to travel to the Los Santos Customs. Now I do think that this is unlikely to happen just because if this was implemented then the Los Santos Customs will be rendered pretty much useless, as 90% of people would just use their garage to stop them from having to travel and therefore not use the LSC anymore to customize vehicles. Now the only way I can see this system in particular working is if that you had to purchase the upgrades at the LSC and then you'd be able to own this upgrade forever, and you could apply it through the customization menu in your garage. This would allow players to still use the Los Santos Customs as the main place for customization of vehicles, but also allow players to have the extra convenience of being able to apply upgrades that were previously bought through their garage. Alright, so my last theory for the personal mod garage script is probably the most unlikely one of all the ideas I'm discussing today, however it does make a fair bit of sense, and it's being able to own a personal mod garage. Now if you excuse the terrible pun and think about it, it does actually make sense because Benny's Original Motorworks and the Los Santos Customs are both mod or modification garages for vehicles. So what if you were able to own a personal mod or modification garage, maybe in a similar way to the fact that you can own businesses in single player? And now we can finally move on from that first script and start taking a look at what the other biker scripts could actually mean. So let's start with the GB Biker Bad Deal. And this one is kind of interesting, especially since we know that it has some sort of relation to the VIP or CEO systems. Now to me, this kind of sounds like a CEO buy mission, but not one where you just go and pick up the crates and go home, but one of the buy missions where you arrive and there's either a gang of enemies to take out or some rivals that have already been and raided the shipment. This could be the case here. Maybe you're playing in a biker gang instead of an organisation, and one of your shipments has already been raided, or there's a group of people that you have to take out when you arrive at the location. And if we are playing in a biker gang, then the items we'd be collecting would most likely be guns and drugs, similar to some of the Trevor Phillips industry missions from single player. But now onto the next script, and this is the GB Biker Initiation one. Now there's a couple of possibilities as to what I think this could be. It could either be the start of a buy or sell mission if biker gangs are going to be similar to CEO organisations, or it could be when a player first starts a biker gang and has to name it and go through the setup process. Personally, I think that the initial setup of the biker gang is more likely, as I think that the name of the script would be rather different if it was referring to the start of a buy or sell mission. Moving on, and our next script is the GB Biker Joust one. And this is kind of interesting, as when you think of jousting, you usually think of two knights on horses, and I highly doubt this is going to be coming to the game at all. And since we know that it's got something to do with the VIP or CEO systems, I'm going to assume that it could be a new type of VIP or CEO mission, where you might have to face rival gangs coming straight at you on bikes, as this would kind of replicate a jousting battle, but honestly I really don't know what this one could be. So if you guys have any ideas, then do be sure to let me know down in the comment section right now. And now onto our last biker script, and this is the Biker Rescue Contact script. So when I first read this, the first thing that came to mind was being able to call a contact on your phone, and a group of biker NPCs would come to your location and defend or rescue you, similar to the way that support helicopters work from Merryweather. The only difference being that instead of a helicopter showing up with mercenary gunners on it, people from the likes of the Lost MC could show up and help fight rivals or get you out of a situation. Now it could also be a new type of VIP or CEO mission, where you have to rescue a contact or even your CEO or VIP. Now this could be pretty interesting, as if you have to rescue a contact, then it could be similar to the Headhunter VIP mission that came out with Finance and Felony, where you have to eliminate targets. This one could be that you have to rescue the contact or contacts, and other players in the lobby have to eliminate them instead, so pretty much just the opposite of the Headhunter VIP mission. And now onto the last script that's been found, and this is the Vehicle Export one. Now this one doesn't have any direct relation to the biker concept like the other four do, and it does sound remarkably similar to delivering vehicles to Simeon. The only difference being that this script begins with GB, meaning that it has some kind of relation to the CEO or VIP system. So my best guess for this is that sometime in the future we might be able to collect cars in warehouses instead of just items. But we really don't know, and we'll just have to wait until we get some more information from either Rockstar or some more information from the game files content. Alright, so now onto the vehicle hash that I mentioned was found at the beginning of the video, and this is what FunMW2 tweeted out. Now I have no clue what this hash is or means, and I'm unaware that it's been deciphered as of making this video. So if you guys have any guesses or you know how to decrypt it, then do be sure to let us know what you find in the comments. Alright, so I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. What do you think of the information that's been found from the game files? Do you want a biker themed DLC to come out? Or what else do you think the scripts that have been found could mean? As always, be sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section down below. Okay, so that's all I've got for you guys today. As always, if you did go on to enjoy the video or you found it interesting at all, then do be sure to drop the video a like rating. And if you are new around here and you like my GTA 5 content, then why not hit that subscribe button? It only takes 2 seconds and it means that you won't miss any of my future uploads. Now with that said, I want to thank you guys for watching, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video.